And we're back. Live once again. Yeah, with the long crash, otherwise known as the long dark. Yeah, if you were with us on the last one, you know where we're at. If you new to the broadcast, we're at the camp office. Very, very close to hitting 1,000 days. So, life is good. But we just got the cabin fever risk. We were trying to leave here, and of course, game crash. So, gotta love it. Now we are going to make our way down to the fishing hut. Hopefully, without crashing this time. I can, that's another reason why I'm so sick of these game crashes. I have no idea what the hell we're talking about. Something to do with my apartment. It's a shithole. There you go. Sum it up in like 3 words. That is neither here nor there. We are heading to the fishing hut to ward off cabin fever. And then, once the daylight kicks in, we start making our way to Sunday Pass. That way I can show you all what we did at the train station. So we ain't made it out there. On the broadcasts, I made it out there because that's where we did stuff at the train station. Didn't do too much. I made a bed. I think we did a workbench and a furniture workbench. But typical slavey fashion with his OCD. Laid out a bunch of stuff nicely, so it'll be something to look at. As long as we survive getting out there. I got faith. I think we will. I think we'll be pretty good fun. I probably don't even need this fire, but whatever. We'll play it safe. YouTube, am I live on my broadcast? You telling me upcoming? That's unbecoming. YouTube lies to me sometimes. Still saying upcoming. God damn it. Technology just absolutely loves me, doesn't it? Anyway, what do we got? 7 hours? We should be fine to sleep for 8. I'll throw some food down our gob. There you go. And actually got a couple of scurvy risks while I was out in Mountain Town wasting time. Thankfully, we have vitamin C tablets on us, so I actually got some use out of those. Yeah, so that's... I'm trying to think. I know, like, if you run out of salt, or not even run out of salt, once it gets down to, like, 5.5 pounds, it'll stop curing the meat, but it'll continue to sap what's left in the salt. And I know, because I know we were talking about this not too long ago, that somebody had suggested, like, if you move it, like, turn on the base building mode and then, like, move it, like, reposition it, that should work. But what I did was I just got more salt and threw it in. And then it finished curing. And then I was able to take it out. But yeah, I know if like you have jerky in there and it's done, but you throw more meat in before taking it out, you won't be able to take the jerky out till that next batch of meat's done. So fucking stupid. And then the only other option is just let the meat ruin. And it'll be like putting ruined meat in like to a container. It'll just evaporate it. Yeah, so many things about this game are just buggy as all hell. Again, with a new one, the wooden spoons. I don't know why the hell that's doing what it's doing. It won't let you break it down if you're in base building mode. What's dead out in the ice there? Oh, that's not. That's just the ground. Yeah, I just find it ridiculously. The longer this game goes, the more shit breaks. Glowing endorsement for you, Hinterland. Maybe you could take a couple developers off Black Frost and get them back on this game. Again, don't get me wrong. Like plenty of legendary, epic, great games had their flaws. Final Fantasy VII OG, plenty of flaws. Didn't detract from it being a quality, great game, but not saying everything needs to be perfect, but things that could break the immersion, let alone the game itself, you probably might want to address. That's what I'm saying. That's why I keep coming back to it. I enjoy the game thoroughly. It's in my top 3, top 5, but it needs to work. Otherwise, I can't do it. Because again, once in a while, crashing, whatever. Pretty much every game I have will crash at least once, here and there. But when your game crashes at an 80% rate of playing, that's bad. That's problematic. Oh yeah, don't get me started on that one. Made by a studio that cares about its players. Well, not those of us on fucking PlayStation, you know. Proof is in the pudding. Just go watch my fucking streams and tell me how many crashed. And then the fact that I had to redo 100 fucking days worth of gameplay because your quality game that cares about its players had me crash the fucking ground and glitch into the fucking framework. That one almost just made me delete the game and never look back, but I was like, fuck it, let me just reload what I got saved in the cloud. So be it. Okay, if I was on day 100, nah, there's no way I would have just been I'm done. The fact that I was on day 800, I'm too invested. I'm at a point, I'm trapped. I can't walk away now. Fuck you, Wolf. Good time for your jibber jabber. It's kind of like this place. If all this bullshit was happening when I first moved in, I would have moved right the fuck out. Because I would have known what I was in for. But once you get a year and a half in, you get comfortable and accustomed. And then it slowly declines over time. You get to a point where it's well, why the fuck should I leave? Much I have over 2,400 hours in this game, most of which weren't glitchy, crashy, frustrating as all hell. So oh Jesus Christ! Oh, whoa, just one mile. I forgot to grab bullets, motherfucker. That's the whole reason I went back to the cabin office. You know what? Yeah. Come here. Let me get rid of you so you're not here when I come back. It was that damn cabin feverist that threw everything off. Oh, now you're just gonna walk away? Yeah, walk away with that in your ass. Prick. You're the one that wanted to start shit. Don't cry about it. But yeah, I'm not completely done with the game. I will come back to playing it. It's just going to be a long while. Hey, look, YouTube's working. I can actually join y'all. I figure a nice, long, healthy break will probably, A, help me forget about all the bullshit. And Slavy's got memory issues, so he's quick to forget things. But B, give them time to finish Wintermute, and then I'll come back for that. I may try a misery mode prior to that happening. Because again, like I tried, I think I was on a small break. It wasn't before like the drama and like the week and a half off. But I played Misery. It did not crash once. Oh, they ain't fixing shit. Come on. Let's not kid ourselves. I've given them a year to fix this game. If Low Tree was here, he'd tell you. Joseph, good morning. Actually, good afternoon. For you, it's morning for me. Yeah, it has been a long time. Like, I was gone for like a week and a half because of drama. And then I came back for a small window. But then the game frustrated me and I needed to take a couple of days off. But I've also not been really like playing. Like again, for the last 3 days I've just been sitting in the cave fast forward in time. Not just that, like I did a bunch of base building and stuff, but it was just bland content, so there was really no reason to stream it. Hey guys, watch me spend 2 weeks in a cave. Just fast forward time, sleep for 8 hours, fast forward time, eat a fish. It'd be like watching paint dry. Alright. We got 70 rounds. We don't need all of them. We got 100 rounds. We don't. Well, actually, we might take all the revolver. The rifle rounds, we don't need all those. Let me see how many we got. Actually, get rid of the crappy ones. There you go. We're going into Timberwolf country, so we're definitely going to want revolver rounds. Though in reality, I'm probably never going to come back to here. Once we do Lost Horizons, this run's pretty much in the books. There's nothing else to do. I mean, I could do base building and stuff. So I'm not going to trash the run, but as far as accomplishments and things to achieve, we've done everything. We've opened up all the ammo benches. We've killed many a cougar. We got the technical backpack. Hit every region. Now it's just aimlessly wandering around. Look, I would like to try my hand at an interloper run. I'm not gonna try and go 1,000 days. Oh yeah, no, Misery would be a whole lot of fun to watch. It's fantastic to play. I think I've done 2 runs. The first run was just to like see like what it was like, and ooh, did not go too good. Second run, I actually put a committed effort into it, and I got like 9 days. So it's just a matter of trial and error and figuring out like what's the proper path to take. Learning where things spawn, how to get to like certain items the quickest. But it acted like completely differently game-wise for me. Like that again, it didn't crash once. Why? Yeah. Yeah, that's what your attitude got you. Fuck. So if I can rely on that not to crash, then yeah, I would not be opposed to doing a couple of runs. But like I said, I'm taking a break from this once we accomplish Lost Horizons. Well, we will accomplish Lost Horizons, and I'll just still take a break. Because I guarantee you, like, Sundered Pass is the same as Pleasant Valley and Mountain Town and Black Rock, where it's just going to be a crash fest. You back? Come on. That's why we picked up the bullets. Go on it. Go warn your friends. He's packing heat. That's what caused me to take a break the last time I was playing this. We were trying to do the Lost Horizons. The game crashed like 23 times. What the hell? And I got like pretty much right to the end of the tail, and I got mauled by an Aurora bear 5 fucking times in a row. And I was just like, fuck this game. I'm not playing no more. I'm moving on. So like I gave them all that time to like fix the crashing issue. That was about a year ago, and like it hasn't improved. It's gotten worse. Because again, back then, like it was only the DLC regions that I'd have crash issues with. All the base game regions worked perfectly fine. And as y'all can see on this run, not the case. So when they added the trader and like the base building stuff, that just glitched the whole fucking game. Again, I don't know how it performs on PC. Everybody that like has come by the stream says they don't have any issues. So I mean, great for y'all. We here on PlayStation. No, that's not. It's not the reality we're living in. Well, that's a shame. 27 calories? Get that the fuck out of there. Eat this fish. And I know the folks that play on Switch ain't having a good time either. From what I've heard, it's even more buggier on the fucking Switch. God bless y'all. Do we have bear? Probably not yet. On the plus side, Slammy got a new headset. I don't know how the audio is working for y'all. I checked it. It seemed like it was performing alright. Mr. Bear, where are you? We know you like to wander over here. I just like the fact that I can hear out of both headphones now. Well, one thing I did notice, I've had to like try to figure out like the best way to position the mic. Because the other headset was just a static mic. I just flipped it down. This one I can actually contort. But I noticed like the first stream that I did with it, like you could hear like breathing. I'm like, it sounds like a phone sex operator. What the fuck? What are you wearing? So like that's no good. We gonna move that. So now, like, I have it to the side of my mouth. Hello, wolf. You stay right the fuck there. I can fill you full of lead if you don't. Well, like, I only checked it the once. I did, like, tweak the audio levels and stuff. Because I noticed there was a hum as well. That should be non-existent or very faint. So, much better than the previous one. I don't know how it's going to work on the PlayStation 4 controller, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I like it. It was reasonably priced too. I think it was $26.55 after tax. It's like the other option. I'm like, do I get the Sony one, which is Bluetooth, and like $200 fucking dollars? I'm like, watch, I'll buy that, and then I'll just be like, I'm done streaming. I don't want to do this no more. Yeah, that was a great investment. I am very surprised we didn't have any bears. Doesn't mean I won't get to the end of this train car and get mauled. Because, like, that's the other thing. Like, they have a PS5 webcam, which I could actually purchase. But I'm, like, reluctant to do that for two reasons. One, neither of which of, like, me being on camera. Like, I don't really care about that. But, like, one, when I make, like, investments like that in the things, it's usually, like, a day later, I'm just like, yeah, I'm done. Probably shouldn't have pulled the trigger on that purchase. But then, two is, I do eventually plan, where's my fucking pemmican? There it is. Haha, I knew I left this here. I'll think ahead. Two is, I would like to go the route of getting a laptop. And then, like, a streaming camera through that. Because that would be the ideal situation, especially for, like, this game being such a glitchy, crashy piece of shit. If I was streaming through a laptop as opposed to through the console, even when it crashes, the stream wouldn't crash. I would just have to load back in and get back into the game. Yeah, I mean, that'll come in handy with other games too, because, like, No Man's Sky's crashed a couple of times on me. Not all that frequently, but it's been known to happen. And I'm sure there's been other games I've streamed where it's, like, crashed here and there. I know Fallout 76 has crashed a few times when me and Mike have played it. It also affords you, like, other positives as well. Oh, we got a deer getting chased. No? Okay. I figured there'd be a wolf down there too. So you can do, like, overlays, you can do better, like, editing and stuff like that is a lot easier. Again, if this game crashes, it's not going to kill the stream. So there's definitely many benefits to going that route. And I'm not too technically savvy, so I mean, I'm sure there's plenty other things, but there's none that come to mind. Ah, there is a wolf down there. I knew it. Can I save the deer? Ah! Ah, he still got him. Or did I shoot the deer? I saw blood splatter. Have another one, you prick. I tried, buddy. If you were alive, you might hear me. Probably shouldn't be so hasty to keep firing the gun. Just because I got a whole bunch of bullets now don't mean I'm still gonna like 20 minutes from now. But one thing I haven't gotten used to with this headset is sipping my coffee. It's been a work in progress. What do we got for pemmican? We got way more than we could ever possibly need. So let's just chew a bunch of that and fill our sleep gauge. You are too full to eat. Well, thanks for shitting on my plans, game. Come on. We got a whole bunch of daylight, so I don't want to stop and sleep right now. Couple that with the fact I'd like to transition, at least to transfer pass as quickly as I can to ensure that maybe we can get there without a game crash. Batten down the hatches as soon as we get there. That's when the game crashing's really gonna ramp up. Thankfully, the broken railroad didn't seem like it crashed all that much when I was out here. It still did. Like, all the regions crashed. It's game wide. But some of the regions are a little bit better than others. Desolation Point, Coastal Highway. Here was alright. Hush River Valley treated it's okay too. Mystery Lake, pretty much like every other time I left the cabin office, was crashing. Black Rock and Pleasant Valley, it was like every other time I left anywhere, it crashed. Black Rock disappointed me because I was like looking forward to going out there, but like as soon as it just started dumping left and right, I'm just like, oh, this was a mistake. This is gonna be very slow going. But we did everything. We accomplished getting the workbench open. Raided the prison. No wolves, huh? Seems like every time I've come back this way, when you cross over the bridge, there's usually a wolf. So I'm going to expect that he'll be there. One thing I didn't bother to look for was ptarmigan down. We're at the cabin office, but there should be ptarmigans right around the corner here. Hopefully. Usually like 3. Since we ain't been out here in quite some time, they ought to all be there. Usually there's buns right over here. There has been a wolf before. Here we get a bun. Hey. And I better not miss, because all we have is one. Joke's on you, I got the high ground. Oh, fucking cool. Why? You mother. Yeah, whatever, this Tommigans and transfer pass, too. All his fault. He skated away with his stench. Do frozen corpses reek? Never been around one to know. I'll leave you with that, Mr. Bun Bun. If it's frozen, it should seal in the ickiness. One would assume. Alright. A lovely conversation we're having. Do we have Wolf? Does not appear to be the case. We surely would have seen movement by now. Oh, wait a second. I am carrying berries, goddamn. I meant to drop those. We have no more need for berries. Oh, I think I left like 450 at grandmother's house. We had like 300 in the cabin office. 200 and change at Coastal Highway. And I want to say there's like 500 at the train station. So I really could have dialed back the berries. Then you couple in the fact that we made well over 300 pemmican. Actually, Christ, I'd probably say we made like 500 pemmican. At this point, I could just eat pemmican and nothing else. What I'm carrying. Might just do that, I don't know. Play it by ear and see how it goes. I definitely recommend you should probably do your pemmican making mostly a Coastal Highway, because you'll be able to produce far more jerky out that way than you would inland, where you would have to transfer salt bags and salt portions. Whereas you're never going to run out of salt in Coastal Highway. 4 deposits, and you can easily get a bag from the trader. Cadbury blacks. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna wait. We'll sleep in the cave system up ahead. And I'm pretty sure I left a whole bunch of food outside there. Though actually, no, I don't think I did. I think I was gonna try to, but there weren't any deer. No, exactly, because I think I was explaining this to Bubba Gum. Ah, we got a wolf, you mother. But if you're gonna carry weight, wouldn't you rather just carry 22 pounds of pemmican than a bag of salt that's only gonna produce maybe 20 batches? Not even, because I think from start to finish, a 22-pound bag of salt in the salt box is only gonna produce 2 batches of jerky. And at most, you're gonna get 40 pieces of jerky, so that's 20 batches of pemmican. There you go. Whereas if you did 22 pounds of pemmican, that's probably like, let's take a look, 3.3 pounds for 25. So 3.3 pounds for 24. Yeah, you could probably carry about 100, maybe 150 for the same amount of weight. Yeah, that's going to last you a hell of a lot longer than fucking 40 of them. Well, to each his own, whatever works for you. Yeah, true that, 'cause if it, like, bugs out and you can't do anything with it, at least you can get another bag of salt and make another box. Whereas, like, if you're out this way, like, you would have to go all the way back, get another bag of salt, lug it all the way back here, then make the box. Rinse, wash, repeat. Like, yeah, fuck that. Who's got time for that? Not me. Do you, Mr. Bumba? Let's see. We left wood. Yeah, I wasn't able to get deer meat. I'm still not able to get deer meat. Not that we need it, though. We're good. Is our water? Perfectly fine. Now, this is the part that's probably going to suck a little bit. Now, one thing I should have grabbed at the cabin office, I had a whole bunch of caffeine pills there. We got, what, 5 on us? Yeah, it should be enough to get done what we need to get done. The right way to go about going on a Ascendant Pass might be to go through the zone of contamination. Work our way through the cave. So the first place we gotta go is... No, it's raw. Fuck that. First place we gotta go is back up to the radio station. And then wait for an aurora or a glimmering fog. That'll get the tail started. We have to go to, like, the half-buried cabin, or if it's Cougar Land, there's another cabin down there. It's been over a year since I've done this, so I can't really remember off the top of my head. Yeah, I think it is that way. We go to the radio tower, then we go to the buried cabin. Then we gotta go to the other one that's down by Cougar Land. And then go back up by the buried cabin, but there's a rope climb, which will lead you to the end, I think. I'm not honestly sure. Like I said, it's been over a year since I've done it, so it's pretty foggy as to how it all unfolds. But I know my lesson. We are not going to wait till the aurora to go climb that rope. We are going to climb it and wait. I ain't fucking with an aurora bear this time around. Well, we got to get to that point first. Glimmering fogs and timber wolves might be our end. That's why I wanted to have a whole bunch of bullets. I can just shatter their morale right off the rip. That would make for a very easy go with this. But I also want to get a lay of the land where the cougar is too. If I can shoot him from afar, awesome. And if I'm gonna have to like actually do battle with him, that's gonna be the game changer. That's what I learned with the cougar in Blackrock. He is not that easy to pick up before he goes aggro. It's possible. I got lucky with it, but for the most part, you gotta get in there. And as soon as you fire a shot at him, oh, he gets angry. How's our water? A small bottle. I should play it safe and sleep here for an hour, and I'm gonna. Just in case that next transition winds up crashing the game, at least we'll be saved, hopefully. There you go. Or as my neighbor would say, there you go! No, he's been quiet the past fucking week. Shockingly. Even the dog, I think I've only heard a handful of times. Props to you. Respect my earned, Mr. Neighbor. I also think he's turned down the racing game. I've heard the racing game, but not to the extent that I had been. Right, Mr. Bun Bun? You got ears. You'd have heard it. They're very sensitive ears. You didn't take my advice. You know. Turtle Beach, 26.55 after tax. Get yourself a headset. Put the sound directly into your ear holes. Everybody's happy. Here's the spot where we're probably gonna need light. Well, not really. You can manage this. There's nothing in the way. You ain't gonna get ambushed by a cougar in halves, so. Eventually it'll light up. The middle portion is like an exposed area. If I had sleep gauge, I could run. Here we go. Right on cue. I'd rather not waste another pemmican since we're pretty much like right at the train station. We don't have much further to go. I figure we'll get there, we'll show off the goods. I don't think I'm going to do any more base building. There's really not much more I could do. It's a very small location. From what I remember, I think I made, not the bearskin bed, but one of the rustic bed, I think it was. Let me get a workbench. Yeah, when it comes to the far territory, I think it's best just. I mean, unless like you're like gung ho on getting it done. I mean, what you could do is just rush out to the Forsaken airfield, get the transceiver doohickey thing. This lovely little doodad. Set up the transmitter box. That way you can get the tail started. And because the first tail, Signal Void, most of it takes place in the base game regions. Pleasant Valley, Bleak Inlet, and Hush River Valley. You have to open up the bunkers there, and then it has you come back to Forsaken Airfield to open up the final one. But you can also use this, once you set up the transmitter boxes, to dig up buried supply caches. So it has a couple of purposes. Though the drawback with the supply caches, I mean, there are a few that have had decent items in them, but for the most part, like, a lot of them are just crap. And I haven't had the luxury, but I saw one person post a video, like, they went out, and because you have to go out there in the Aurora. It only works when it has power. They dug up the supply cache, the only thing that was in it was a fucking stone. And I'm like, dude, if I risked getting mauled by Aurora bears and wolves, and that's all I got, I would be pissed. You risk life and limb, have a stone. But I think like the crappiest ones I got were two distress pistol rounds and a book. And I'm like, well, at least I could use the distress pistol rounds. The book's kind of like, fuck you. I'm like, why would you go through the hassle of burying that shit? I could like understand family heirlooms, maybe some doubloons. But the best one I got was the one that was out in the Forsaken Airfield. I got a whole bunch of friggin' rifle and revolver rounds. Firearm cleaning kits, and gunpowder. And I was like, Jesus, why can't they all have this? At least it's worthwhile. They should be ptarmigan over there. You know, and like I was kind of like in the habit of like I don't even bother going out for it, but it was like anytime like I would get an Aurora, I'd at least pull out the shortwave radio. What I call it, the tracker, to see like if I was close to it, and if it was pinging pretty quickly. At that point, I'd decide like, do I want to risk it? No ptarmigans? Come on, man, I need one. I just need 2 more feathers. Oh, we're gonna find one before we get through here. It's just a matter of figuring out what. Yep, I heard you. Where are you? Could be up there. Fuck. I ain't going up that way. Nope. To the right. To the window, to the wall. Where are you? I don't want to scare it away. Maybe I already did. Wait. Well then, fuck it. I'm gonna go look elsewhere. Yeah, the signal bunkers, those are full of good stuff. The only problem is the one in Bleak Inlet has a cougar right on top of it. So you're gonna have to take that out if you want to get in there. So the way that I did it, I think I did a standalone video, was snipe it from afar. That's one of the locations where you get good visibility. And then set up a snow shelter once you find where the hatch is going to be. The hatches stick out. Like, it's very obvious when you come across it. But you can only open them during an aurora. So you're definitely going to want to take care of the cougar. But I made a snow shelter like right outside of it. That way I could just get right back, get into it, and just wait for an aurora to hit. But at the same time with the cougars, it's hit or miss as to how long it's going to be before it respawns, because it's not like the other wildlife. Like, it could respawn like in a couple of days, it could respawn like in a couple of hours. And that, I think, is bullshit. They should at least give you like a 2 to 3 day window. But yeah, the one in Mountain Town, I killed it, and then before it was even the next day, it came back. I was like, are you shitting me? Like, they'll give you enough time that you can harvest it and get the fuck out of there. But I wouldn't, like, dawdle. Just because it's unpredictable as to how long it's going to be before it shows back up again. But if you have the option, you definitely want to snipe it from afar to save it from aggroing. Because as long as you don't make it aggroed, it won't spawn the other multiple cougars. And you can skip getting severe lacerations too. So, you know, double whammy. Have to remember we need a time again. But yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look around, and then we're going to do an intermission. I need coffee and smokes. And while I'm away, we'll figure out how exactly we want to go about this. I forgot I left a whole bunch of these here. Shame, we don't need them. What did I put in here? Absolutely nothing. I made it just to make it. We got animal fat. Don't need that. Yeah, there should be ptarmigan, possibly plural, right over this wall here. There's usually a deer and then ptarmigan to the right. I can already hear the ptarmigan. Fuck it, we're going for it. If I can get it now, then I won't forget it. This way. Oh, don't fail me. Come on now, I heard you. Anyways. There's the deer. I don't think we need meat. I'm pretty sure I left some behind. Chuckle-headed bastard, where are you? Oh, you're right in front of me. Ha-ha! My bedroom is saved. Yeah, I can't remember what the hell I left here item-wise. I know there's a shit ton of emergency stems. It was like 9, possibly more. Let's go in and have a look. Huzzah! Oh, we got regular bow, we got sport bow, we got a whole bunch of fire hot and arrows. Nice setup of teas and beverages. Amanda Bynes would appreciate that. She enjoys her teas. I think these pictures were all here. I don't think I brought any. These ones I moved around. There's the black lamp that we were talking about on a previous stream. I knew I had one somewhere. How's this whole didn't lose much. We got all sorts of goodies. And here's all our emergency stems. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Hey, look at that. I actually remembered how many we had. Acorn teas. We got more revolver ammo. Whole bunch of waters. Still more waters. We got some. Not as much venison as I thought. We got regular foods. Probably grab another flare. Actually, I'm gonna grab 2. So now we have 3 red, right? Mm-hmm. We could do the hockey jersey. Then we get our firewoods. What do we got here? More firewoods. That's all your hides and stuff. And 443 berries. That's what we left here. Not a whole bunch in the way of guts, though. That's kind of a shame. Then I displayed all of your mining gear. We got the chemical boots, the pants, the jacket, and the hard hat. So if I wanted to go back to the zone of contamination, I got all the protective gear. What's in here? More stuff. No more berries, though. Yeah, that's the only drawback to this being like a location that you like just chill out and waste time. You're not gonna have access to vitamin C. So your best option in that regard is to stock this up with vitamin C pills. Or we got the cattail stalks, burdock, and then your only other option, Forsaken Airfield's kind of a hike, but there's 2 fishing huts out there, but then you'd have to haul the fish back. And depending on the type of fish, it could be quite hefty. But you do also have the option to go to the zone of contamination and fish. The only drawback to that is it's exposed. You can make a fishing hole. And as long as the weather's kosher, you can set up a fire next to you. But if it's windy, it's going to blow it out. So I wasn't really able to get too much in the way of fish out there. But at least, like, if you're doing the zone of contamination tail, you have that option for vitamin C. Because cattail stalks are alright, but they don't last long, and they're only minor. So you gotta eat a good portion of them to ward off scurvy. But, hey, look, we got more pemmican. We got 10 pieces, 10 pieces, and 12. Alright, so we didn't really have too much out here. Now we have more. So we're not gonna need all of this. I think we can do with just the 24. That should be more than enough to cover our needs. But I did make a meat curing box in the zone of contamination, just because there was a bag of salt on site, which was why I got these ones. But then when I was killing time, because I didn't want to go forward on the Buried Echoes quest, because we were like in the middle of it with the streams, but it was like once I got like a week into like not streaming, I was like, well, fuck this. But I went back and forth and brought back a bag of salt, and then did some base building out there, which we'll swing in there, because I'm going to go into there to go to the cave system. Yeah, if you don't have to haul a bag, it's just you're not going to be able to produce a whole bunch of jerky, but you can get yourself a couple of bars of pemmican. So it's not a waste, but it's just if you were planning on like making a whole bunch for like the surrounding regions, your better option is just take it from like Coastal Highway and just lug the pemmican out here as opposed to trying to produce it out here. For my money, it just seems like the easier of the options. But on the plus side, we got these woodworking tools, and there's another woodworking tools in the zone of contamination. I think it was Bubba Gum that was talking about it. Could have been God Spartan, but some people have had the zone of contamination produce two things of woodworking tools, others not so much. You're always going to have the one that's in the main building, but then when I pushed forward in the Buried Echoes quest, there's a part where you get like, there's an exit on the third or the fourth floor that leads like into another like little mine area. As soon as you go over the catwalk and enter the next section, there was another thing of woodworking tools there. But prior to that being the case, my knowledge was there was only 3 in the game. The one in the zone of contamination, the one at the cannery in Bleak Inlet, and then the one at Miner's Folly in Ash Canyon. So as far as those go, like this, the one that I was going to find out here, I was mainly just going to use for the DLC regions. The Bleak Inlet one I was going to use for down there, Mountain Town, and that's pretty much it. And then the Ash Canyon one was the one I was using for the bulk of the regions. Coastal Highway, Mystery Lake. I mean, if you're light on the inventory, it's not a pain in the ass to carry it around with you. They weigh the same as a hatchet. But just, when you like to carry everything in the fucking world like I do, it's just easier not to carry those with you. Because again, like I'll set it up where like I'm gonna like mainly focus on one base at a time, so it's not a problem to just drop them where I'm currently working. But yeah, this base is pretty much done. The only other thing I could do is like aesthetic shit, make more frame photos and stuff. Really not interested in doing that. But since we got an Aurora and a radio right here, let's see what we get for trades. Stem. Mark looks. Brother, can I have some oats? No, you may not have oats, brother. Yeah, there's nothing really that I want, but we're not going back out to Coastal Highway anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Thank you, Trader Joe Sutherland. We appreciate the offer. Oh yeah, I forgot. I set up the bathroom. Oh wait, out of order. Sorry. I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, that's a train station. I think it's properly set up. I think it's good to go. Accommodating, ready for living. How are we on? Oh yeah, we're gonna do that target too. Where are you? We have one sewing kit that's about to shit the bed, so let's grab another one. Whetstone was shit is good to go. Alright, so let us address the ptarmigan. Yeah, we just need the feathers. And even that, we only need 2. Yeah, fuck it, I'll take all 4. I don't believe we're gonna need to repair our bedroll another time, but if we do, so be it. Here you go, you can chill by the fire that we're not gonna light. Then you'll just disappear on your own. That's fine. Speaking of bedroll, let's repair that now. Some stashed away, right? I do. As a matter of fact, we're gonna take, ooh. Yeah, I'll take it anyway. Regrettably, I didn't bring hot hands with me. I got in a mountain town and I forgot to bring it with me from there, so that sucks. Sundered Pass is probably the coldest region in the game, so you're gonna want to have extra insulation. I should probably save that. I'm gonna eat some corn. It's a good source of vitamin C. With Underpass, there is a fishing hut out there, so we have that option too. It's just in the middle of a timber wolf pack, and the bear likes to go through that area too, so I wouldn't recommend hanging out there. And I'm gonna eat the peanut butter too. That should fill this up. I want to take this as my backup food supply for when we go in. We're also going to swing by the commissary in the zone of contamination. I'm pretty sure I left some fish there. So that'll work. But anywho, plan moving forward is we're going to go through the zone of contamination. We're going to hit the cave system. Hopefully go the right direction when we go through there. Come out right by the radio tower. Hang up there till we get a glimmering fog or an aurora. That way we can start the Lost Horizons tale. I highly doubt we're going to do it in one stream, because again, Sundered Pass likes to crash for good old Slammy, so I got a feeling it's going to be a long and grueling process. But we ain't going to start that just yet. Instead, we are going to take an intermission. So yours truly can freshen up his coffee, go feed his lungs, come on back refreshed and ready to go. But for a change, sorry, thought I had a sneeze coming. For a change, we actually get to do the outro, because we didn't crash yet. But that's the portion of the broadcast, the Pat, we yours truly, gives shout-outs to those of you in the chat, and only Georgia gets a shout-out, because all you other motherfuckers was silent. So, shout-out to all you lurky McLurkitons, I suppose. But, we can do it in memoriam, those that we haven't seen. Shout out to Bubba Gump, shout out to God Spottin', shout out to J. Abbott, shout out to Roxana, shout out to Joseph, he was with us in the chat. Yeah, he was with us in this one. I didn't know if he was with us on the crash. See, you weren't just by yourself. Shout out to Low Tree, wherever you may be. Shout out to Nuclear Gravy, because it's always fun to say his name. Shout out to Tito Bandito, one of our original subs of the channel. Haven't seen him in a dog's age. shout out to... Who the fuck am I forgetting? We got Baba Gum. Charles Ghost. Shout out to Charles Ghost. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. Oh, whoever it is, I apologize. Anyway, for all y'all, for myself, and for those that may make it to the sound of my voice in the future. Hey, Charles Ghost. Just gave you a shout out. Thank y'all for watching. As always, we appreciate and value viewership and support of the channel, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one, which will be in about a half an hour's time. And here, that's enough of me rambling. With that, this is Slavey signing off, and until next time, peace, y'all.